Let's just say this is the original. Does anyone recognize this verse from the New Testament? Thank you, Simon. Well done. Yeah, John 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and that's in the Greek. Let's say that this is the original document from the New Testament. So there it is in its original form. The next stage is that copies are made. So I hired some, well, I didn't pay them, but I hired some scribes. That's my daughters of various ages, and then my wife got involved as well. We made copies of the original. So I have them here. They smell of coffee to make them look a bit older. We burnt the edges as well to make them look like old documents. I think this one's my daughter Phoebe here. There's one from, I think that's my wife's. One of my daughters here. I have them on screen, so I'll bring these up for you. So this is Phoebe, age 9. That's her copy of the Greek. Phoebe's a bit of a nervous girl, so she said, I don't think I got it right. So she made a revised version here, so that's her second. This is Joanna, age 7. She had a go. Well done. I didn't put my wife's age on there, but she wanted to have a go, so that's my wife's attempt there. Very good. Julia, age 5, she tried her best, and I think she did very well. And then we have dear Rachel, age 3. We'll call this one a fragment. It's not quite a full copy here, but still we used it in the process. So how do we discover the original? Let's say the original's been taken away. How do we discover what the original says? So the original's not available. We want a faithful translation. We simply take all of those copies, compare them together, try to find any scribal errors perhaps that have crept in, and there were, which we'll talk about in a moment, and then you can hopefully find the original wording of the original document. That's just one verse. That's the same process used across the Old and New Testament. So that process is textual criticism. So if you can grasp that, that is the process. And if you say, yeah, now I've got it, then that is what textual criticism is. So what about errors in the copies? Let's bring one up. Can anyone see a scribal error that has crept into the text? You'd have to be sharp to pick it up. Yeah, Simon's on the ball here. Has anyone seen it with the word logos? A tiny jot or tittle that is perhaps in the wrong place? Yeah, you can see it. I'll highlight it for you if you can't see. So the little marking at the top is on one side, on one of the O's there. It's probably not an O, my Greek's terrible. And then it's shifted over onto the other in the revised version. So it worked out quite well. The revised version has a corruption in this case. So what do we do? If we've got those two copies, which one's correct? The answer for us is the copies. We go to the majority of copies and see what they say. And you find that there's one error, but the rest are all correct. And so we go with the majority text to arrive at what the original wording says. And so in a nutshell, that's what your textual criticism is. You're studying the copies, comparing them, and you're trying to establish what the original wording was. And in this small example, you would be able to arrive at the original perfectly by following that process, by going with the majority text. So that's what it is, and that's what the King James translators and godly men down through the ages have sought to do to establish what the original wording was from the Word of God.